Shut up and sit down.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For any first time viewers, I'm Jesse, and today we're going to be opening up a statue. It's been a while since we've actually opened a statue on this channel. We've been doing a lot of figures and a lot of other things, but this guy has been sitting around for quite a while, and if you've been following me for any amount of time, you'd know that Thomas Wayne is literally almost my favorite Batman. I just can't like him more than Bruce just because I love Bruce so much, but Thomas Wayne is almost that #1 spot. I absolutely love everything about Thomas Wayne, and I really enjoyed the Tom King series up till a point, and then I thought it got stupid. But if you've been following Prime 1 recently, you'll see that render they had of the 1/4 Bane with Thomas Wayne. I'm very interested to see that. I'm a sucker for Thomas Wayne. You can see we got the Prime 1 FlashPoint Arkham City skin? Yeah, I think that's Arkham City. But with this statue, it's the comic version. This guy is way cool. He's got a couple switch outs, and as you can see, this is back when the Prime 1 bases, this like kind of like triangle look, the sleekness of it, and you know, the added, you can see every one of them has a creature of some kind. But this was being designed back when Prime 1 was really hopping at the time. But this statue's almost a cookie cutter of another one I have, and I think this one has actually prompted me to sell the other one. If you know, it's a Jason Fabok Batman, and it's a fan art. If you might be interested in that, let me know. I do love it, but I like Thomas Wayne much more than that. So it's been a staple in my collection for a while, but this one's going to replace it. And due to limited space, it's just how it's going to be. But let's go ahead, let's dive into this one, and you can watch me put them together. There is no art box. This came in a brown box, and then it was just white foam. So right away, these are going to be accessories. This seems to be the base and the body. And that will be it. This is actually a very large base for a custom. Now this custom was made at like the height of Prime 1. So I mean, this thing, I pre-ordered this thing a long time ago, and it's been sitting around for quite a while, but you can see the very style. #3 of 40, FlashPoint Thomas Wayne Stoneworks, but you can see how this looks exactly like one of these bases. Well, maybe not those, but the old Arkham style bases. We got this bat on one side. We got Bruce Wayne's tomb, or headstone, I guess you could say, with another bat. We got the vines wrapping it. But I mean, this thing is straight up a Prime 1 base. There's no other way to explain it, but it's very light. So this is resin, and it's actually, if I'm being honest, it's nice how light it is. Oh. Wow, he's pretty cool. He almost reminds me of the way that one's standing. Huh. Almost. So the texture is subtle. It's nice. Oof, there is some spots. I could have done that trying to pull them out, if I'm being honest. But that's something that can be fixed. He has a very flat look to him, almost like a primer, you know? Looks like he needed to be maybe sprayed with a clear coat, but we'll see. It is very cool though. I do like it. And this is actually going to take the place of something that's very similar to it based off just how this looks, that I plan on getting rid of my Fabok style fan art, and this will be taking its place, which, yeah, I think it'll fit up there just right. Now we have our head. There's gonna need to be some touch-ups. That's not very common, but it's a pretty good looking head. Looks like Thomas Wayne. I do very much dig that. And he fits very well. The weird thing is though, is this looks much smaller than that. There's a hole that looks like there was supposed to be a magnet in the bottom of there. And that was, oh no, it was gonna be a peg, I bet. And then they ended up not going that route. We've seen statues before where they've done things and then decided against it, basically. We got our holsters with pistol. Another holster, another pistol. Our hand. Some weathering on his little bat. His gauntlets. Fits well. Oh, check this out. We got some empty holsters too, so that's a page right out of the Prime 1 version. Another empty holster. Now we have a hand with the sword. Sword's pretty good. I've noticed a lot of these resin, their swords tend to curve, and this one doesn't have too bad of a curve, but I think it's because they don't run a support straight through it. Now, if you've only seen the FlashPoint movie, this sword is pretty confusing. But if you've read the comic book, so in the movie, Thomas Wayne shoots Reverse Flash or Eobard Thrawn through the head, but in the book he stabs him through the chest with this sword, and this is one of the Amazon swords that he just picks up that's just laying around. But we also have a hand holding a pistol. Very cool. We got another hand holding a pistol. Very comic-esque. Alright, now we got the comic book style cape. As you can see here, it's textured. Looks really good. We got the classic little like spikes that stick up. Now on the Arkham Knight one, they made it part of his shoulder armor, but in the comic, his cape just kind of did it. That looks pretty good, huh? Mm-hmm. Unboxing of a custom. Not much to really go over, but I will say what's really cool is he's he's not overdone. He's like very on point, straight to the point. Where like I have this Batman that I'm gonna be selling, but he's almost overly textured for my taste. I still love him, but I kind of just want that space, and I think this will be a good replacement for it. And I've had this thing forever at this point. But Thomas Wayne, like I was saying in the intro, is literally one of my. I almost like him more than Bruce Wayne, but I obviously don't. But I love Thomas Wayne as Batman. I think this design for his cape and how it almost goes like inward, like the shoulder armor, that's kind of cool. It's almost like he's wearing the shoulder armor under the cape, holding it up. Now I do know that they did some offshoots of FlashPoint for like they did his own stories basically. I never actually read those. I've only read the actual FlashPoint. He is very cool. I dig him. I like him a lot, and I really like the base. And I know it's like almost like a straight up Prime 1 ripoff, but I mean, who hasn't? Who didn't do that while it was going on? They did all kinds of like custom. Oh, that's kind of cool, huh? Mm-hmm. Mix and match. He is turning away from me at this point. Yeah, I dig the double swords, and I always thought the base was a very cool touch. Wow. Well, guys, I did promise this was going to be short and sweet, so I do want to say that I waited on this for a very long time, but I am not disappointed. I think it is very cool. I just never got around to it, and it was just kind of, the box was actually being used as a coffee table at the time. We were doing projects on top of the box, and it just almost became too much of a burden to move the projects off the box to actually get him open. But I gotta say, I'm glad I did. There is those little parts that will need to be fixed. Karen and I will paint those, and we will clean up some of the parts. That's one thing. When people do paint the customs, it really kind of depends on what factory is responsible for producing it. Because, I mean, literally, the people painting it could just be like, this is what they do. They just paint some toys pretty quick. They're not like, you know, Hot Toys has their like leading artists actually paint all the head sculpts and stuff like that. That does not happen with these for the most part. I do dig the sword and the gun. I like that look. Now I do wish he actually had a Thomas Wayne head with this. I think that'd be really dope with a head with the cowl hanging off the back. But that's something that could be done later. And that's a good segue to say that Karen and I are literally going to be doing the mold for the custom Thomas Wayne head here very soon. We just sprayed a final layer on his neck piece to make it all look good, and I will let everyone know what's going to be going on with that soon. But let me know what you think of this piece. If you like him, I think it's very short and sweet video, but I think the base is straight on point. It tells a story. If you don't even know who Thomas Wayne is as Batman, you know just from this base that Bruce Wayne is dead. Thomas Wayne is Batman. But let me know what you think of this Batman. Let me know if you like him, if you ended up getting him. I think there was only 40 and this is number 3 of 40. But as always, guys, thank you for all the love and support you show me. I am getting around to those comments, but keep buying toys.
Bye.